Welcome to another exciting journey into the world of rare and historical coins. Today, we'll be exploring the fascinating details of 1 cent 1962, 1 cent 1979, 1 cent 1959, 1 cent 1969, 1 cent 1980, 1 cent 1989, 1 cent 1991, and 1 cent 1992 most valuable old coins. This video will give you all the essential details, including its value, design elements, and minting information. So, sit back and enjoy as we dive into the rich story behind this special coin. Let's get started. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history and details of the 1962 USA 1 cent coin. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse, or front of the coin, features a portrait of Lincoln, which has become one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. On the obverse side of the 1962 penny, you'll see Lincoln's profile facing right. Above his head is the word Liberty, and to the right, the year 1962. Below Lincoln's portrait, you'll notice the initials VDB, a nod to the designer, Victor David Brenner. Now, let's flip the coin over to the reverse side. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse of the Lincoln cent featured the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears design used from 1909 to 1958. On the reverse of the 1962 penny, you can see the Lincoln Memorial prominently displayed. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and below it, the denomination 1 cent. Flanking the memorial, you'll find the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many one. One interesting aspect of the 1962 Lincoln cent is the mint mark. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those minted in Denver have a small date located below the date. The 1962 penny saw millions of coins produced, making it relatively common, but it's always exciting to find a coin with a mint mark. For collectors, the condition of the coin is key. Coins in mint state, or uncirculated condition, can be more valuable than those that have seen years of circulation. Look out for coins with minimal wear and clear details. The 1962 penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. Its value to collectors can vary. A circulated 1962 penny is typically worth just its face value, but in uncirculated condition, it can be worth a few dollars depending on its quality and mint mark. While it's not the rarest coin, the 1962 Lincoln cent is a wonderful piece of American history and a great addition to any coin collection. Today, we're diving into the world of USA currency to explore a classic, the 1979 United States 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. The 1979 version, though not particularly rare, holds great interest for collectors due to its unique place in numismatic history. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained relatively unchanged for over a century, capturing Lincoln's iconic profile with a sense of reverence and respect. In 1979, these cents were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins don't have a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco coins bear a small D or S, respectively, just below the date. Let's talk composition. The 1979 Lincoln cent is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing in at 3.11 grams. This would be the last decade where the penny would be primarily made of copper, as the composition changed in 1982 to a copper-plated zinc due to rising metal costs. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which had replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959. If you look closely, you can actually see a tiny depiction of the Lincoln statue within the memorial. Now, you might be wondering about the value of a 1979 Lincoln cent. Generally, in circulated condition, this coin holds little more than face value, meaning it's worth about 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples or those with exceptional details can fetch a higher price, often around 15 to 50 cents. Coins graded as mint state by professional grading services can be worth more. The top-graded coins, such as MS-67 or MS-68, can even reach a few dollars at auction. Special mint errors, such as double dies or misaligned strikes, could potentially add more value too. The 1979 Lincoln cent may not be particularly valuable in most cases. It's a piece of history that continues to be cherished by collectors around the world. These coins are not only affordable but also provide a wonderful glimpse into the past. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. And with over 6 billion 1979 cents produced, you're quite likely to come across one. The 1959 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent, has several notable details and features. Features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln. This design, created by Victor D. Brenner, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Introduced in 1959, it features the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the earlier wheat ears design. This reverse design was created by Frank Gasparro to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, 1.52 millimeters. Edge, plain, smooth. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Produced at the Denver Mint. The 1959 Lincoln cent is not particularly rare but is a significant coin for collectors due to the design change from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Coins in higher grades, proof versions, and varieties like double dies or repunched mint marks can be quite valuable to collectors. The value of a 1959 Lincoln cent can vary significantly depending on its condition and mint mark. For circulated coins, the value is typically close to face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins or those in mint condition can be worth more to collectors. Coins graded by a professional service can fetch higher prices, particularly if they are in pristine condition. Typically worth 1 to 3 cents. Values can range from 10 cents to $5, depending on the coin's grade. Special collector versions with a mirror-like finish, which can be more valuable, typically ranging from $1 to $10 or more. The value of a 1959 Lincoln cent largely depends on its condition and mint mark. Here are some rough estimates. A 1959 Lincoln cent is typically worth its face value if it's circulated and in average condition. However, its value can increase based on its condition, mint mark, and any unique characteristics it might have. Here's a general breakdown. Circulated, average condition, face value, 1 cent. Uncirculated, mint state MS-60 to MS-65, around 10 cents to $2. Proof coins can be worth a bit more, typically around $1 to $5. These values can fluctuate based on the coin market and the specific coin's condition. If you have a particularly high-grade or unique coin, it might be worth getting it professionally appraised. Worth about 2 to 5 cents. Uncirculated condition, typically worth 1 cent, but can be higher depending on the quality. 1959 marked the first year the reverse design featured the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the wheat ears design used from 1909 to 1958. The 1969 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln penny, was produced by the United States Mint and features 2 key elements: President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. On the front of the coin, we have a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This design was created by sculptor Victor D. Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. It's one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coin history. If you look closely, you'll notice the inscriptions Liberty and the minting year 1969. The coin over, we see the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design was added in 1959, replacing the original wheat ears design. If you zoom in, you can actually see a tiny Abraham Lincoln sitting in the memorial, which is a cool detail many people miss. Around the memorial are the words United States of America and the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. The 1969 1-cent coin. You may notice some coins with a small letter under the date. This letter is the mint mark, which tells us where the coin was minted. A D indicates it was minted in Denver, while coins without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia. There's also the rare and valuable 1969 S penny, minted in San Francisco. If you ever come across a 1969 S with a double die obverse, you're in luck. These coins are extremely rare and can fetch thousands of dollars in auctions due to a striking error that doubled the image on the front. Now, let's look at the composition of the 1969 1-cent coin. This penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams, which is heavier than modern pennies that switched to a zinc core in 1982. This copper content gives the coin a distinctive reddish-brown color that changes over time as it tarnishes. So, what's the value of a 1969 penny T in circulated condition? These pennies are generally worth just about face value, 1 cent. However, if you find one in mint state, the 1969 S double die is the exception, with some selling for over $50,000 depending on their condition. 1969 was an important year in U.S. history, marked by significant events like the Apollo 11 moon landing and the height of the civil rights movement. This coin serves as a small reminder of that historic period. It's incredible to think that a coin in your pocket could have been in circulation during such monumental events. Whether you're collecting for fun or hoping to stumble upon a rare gem, the 1969 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Be sure to check your pocket change, and who knows, you might just discover a valuable find. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting by exploring the 1980 United States 1-cent coin. We'll uncover its unique history, description, and most importantly, its current value. Whether you're a collector or just curious about this old penny, stay tuned for the full breakdown. The design of the 1980 1-cent coin. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This design, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, has been a staple on the U.S. penny since 1909, commemorating Lincoln's 100th birthday. His profile is centered with the inscription "In God We Trust" above him, liberty on the left, and the year to 1980 on the right. If you have a mint mark, you'll find it under the date. The 1980 penny was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof coins. The iconic Lincoln Memorial, surrounded by the inscriptions "United States of America" at the top and 1 cent at the bottom. If you look closely at the Lincoln Memorial, you can even spot a tiny image of Lincoln sitting inside, a small but significant detail that adds to its charm. Now that we've covered the design, let's talk about the composition. The 1980 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition gives it a weight of 3.11 grams. Interestingly, in 1982, just 2 years later, the U.S. Mint switched to a predominantly zinc composition, so 1980 pennies hold a special place in pre-1982 copper coinage. So, how much is a 1981 cent coin worth today? Well, the answer depends on its condition. Circulated coins, which show signs of wear, typically hold a value close to face value, around 1 to 3 cents due to their copper content. However, uncirculated coins in mint condition can be worth more. For example, a pristine 1980 penny with a D mint mark can fetch between 30 cents to $1. A proof coin from San Francisco with its glossy finish can go up to $3 or more depending on its quality. Key factors that determine the coin's value include its condition, luster, and any errors. Coins with minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center prints, are especially valuable to collectors and can be worth several dollars. The 1981 cent coin is a staple in any collection of U.S. pennies. While most of them might only be worth a few cents, finding one in mint condition or with a rare error could make it worth much more. So, next time you come across a 1980 penny, give it a closer look. You might have a small treasure in your hands. Today, we're taking a closer look at a small but significant coin, the 1989 USA 1-cent coin. If you've ever wondered about its value, history, and interesting details, stay tuned as we explore everything you need to know about this penny. The 1989 USA 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Penny series, which was first introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image has been a defining feature of the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The obverse side features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln. Surrounding his image, the words, "In God We Trust," are inscribed along the top edge, with liberty to the left and the minting year 1989 on the right. If the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it will have no mint mark. However, coins from Denver will feature a small deed below the year. The reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. This design, created by Frank Gasparo, replaced the original wheat ears reverse in 1959. At the top, you'll see United States of America, with E pluribus unum beneath. The words, 1 cent, are inscribed at the bottom, framing the image of the memorial. The 1989 penny is composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. This is a change from earlier pennies, which were made of solid copper. Since 1982, pennies have been mostly zinc due to the rising cost of copper. Weight: each 1989 penny weighs 2.5 grams. Diameter: the coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, which is standard for U.S. pennies. Edge: the edge of the coin is smooth. There were over 12 billion 1989 1-cent coins produced, which makes it a very common coin. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with Philadelphia producing over 7.2 billion coins and Denver contributing around 5.3 billion. Due to the large number of pennies produced in 1989, most of these coins are considered common and hold little value above their face value. Circulated 1989 pennies are typically worth 1 cent, but uncirculated or mint condition coins may be valued between 10 and 25 cents. However, if you happen to find a coin with an error, such as an off-center strike or a double die, it could be worth significantly more, sometimes up to several dollars. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse of the coin is detailed enough that, if you look closely, you can actually see the statue of Abraham Lincoln seated inside the memorial. The 1989 penny is part of a broader series of coins that transitioned from copper to a copper-coated zinc composition in 1982 due to rising metal costs. The 1989 USA 1-cent coin may not hold significant monetary value today, but it remains an important part of U.S. history and numismatics. Today, we're taking a closer look at a small but significant coin, the 1989 USA 1-cent coin. If you've ever wondered about its value, history, and interesting details, stay tuned as we explore everything you need to know about this penny. The 1989 USA 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Penny series, which was first introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image has been a defining feature of the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The obverse side features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln. Surrounding his image, the words, "In God We Trust," are inscribed along the top edge, with liberty to the left and the minting year 1989 on the right. If the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it will have no mint mark. However, coins from Denver will feature a small deed below the year. The reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. This design, created by Frank Gasparo, replaced the original wheat ears reverse in 1959. At the top, you'll see United States of America, with E pluribus unum beneath. The words, 1 cent, are inscribed at the bottom, framing the image of the memorial. The 1989 penny is composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. This is a change from earlier pennies, which were made of solid copper. Since 1982, pennies have been mostly zinc due to the rising cost of copper. Weight: each 1989 penny weighs 2.5 grams. Diameter: the coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, which is standard for U.S. pennies. Edge: the edge of the coin is smooth. There were over 12 billion 1989 1-cent coins produced, which makes it a very common coin. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with Philadelphia producing over 7.2 billion coins and Denver contributing around 5.3 billion. Due to the large number of pennies produced in 1989, most of these coins are considered common and hold little value above their face value. Circulated 1989 pennies are typically worth 1 cent, but uncirculated or mint-condition coins may be valued between 10 and 25 cents. However, if you happen to find a coin with an error, such as an off-center strike or a double die, it could be worth significantly more, sometimes up to several dollars. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse of the coin is detailed enough that, if you look closely, you can actually see the statue of Abraham Lincoln seated inside the memorial. The 1989 penny is part of a broader series of coins that transitioned from copper to a copper-coated zinc composition in 1982 due to rising metal costs. The 1989 USA 1-cent coin may not hold significant monetary value today, but it remains an important part of U.S. history and numismatics. The 1992 USA 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. Whether you're a collector or simply curious, stay tuned to learn all about its design, metal composition, and current market value. The 1992 Lincoln penny continues a rich tradition that started in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, or front side, we see the famous portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be found on the lower edge of the bust. The reverse side of the 1992 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This iconic design was crafted by Frank Gasparo, and if you look closely, you can even see Lincoln seated inside the memorial. The 1992 Lincoln penny has a diameter of 19 millimeters and weighs 2.5 grams. While early pennies were made of bronze, the modern penny's composition has changed. Since 1982, pennies like this one are made from 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating, giving it its familiar coppery appearance. Though it may look similar to older copper pennies, this is an important distinction that affects its value and collectability. The key details for collectors is the coin's mint mark, which tells us where the penny was produced. For the 1992 penny, it could either have a Deach for Denver or no mark at all, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. There were also some pennies minted in San Francisco for proof sets, marked with an S. While millions of these coins were minted, there's a rare variety that collectors are on the lookout for, the 1992 Close AM penny. On this rare variant, the letters I and M in America on the reverse are closer together than usual. If you have one of these, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A standard 1992 Lincoln penny, especially one that has been circulated, is worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch between $1 to $5 from collectors. But if you come across that rare Close AM variety, it's a different story. Depending on the coin's condition, this penny can be worth anywhere from $500 to over $1,000. The 1992 penny may seem like a common coin. Checking for mint marks, condition, and variations could turn it into a valuable piece for collectors. Thanks for watching. If you have a 1992 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. See you next time as we uncover more hidden treasures in everyday coins.